What is going on? Welcome to Rue's Room, moving into the nitty gritty of the artists and creatives in the Australian scene. I am Rue, aka the Culture Black Kid, and today we have Ifeoma. She is a poet and one half of the hosts of FBI Radio's morning show, Up For It with Benny, which is on every weekday from 7 to 10 a.m. Ify, how are you doing? Like, for real, for real, how are you doing?
I'm actually amazing. I am amazing because it's never really the interviewer getting interviewed. So
Yes.
this is nice for a change.
Have you been interviewed before? Or is this like,
I mean, I don't think I have. No, not like properly, not properly. Like it's been like really short, like 1 to 2 minute interviews.
true, true,
Yeah,
true?
but no
Well,
one ever wants to know anything in depth. So I'm glad.
no, for sure, for sure. Well, I'm curious by the end of this, um, how you're gonna be like, yo, what was that experience of being on the other side of the questions?
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited because then I can like take this and learn from it as well.
True, true, true,
Yeah,
true, true,
yeah.
true. And that's something that's cool, been really cool over the past few months. You know, me and you're in a media group chat where there's like a whole bunch of trading of ideas. I mentioned it before. I interviewed Ben like a month or so ago, and um yeah, so taking notes from like other fellow media people is always cool, and yeah.
No, it is good. I feel like I came into like the culture media at the right time because I feel like this wasn't there before. So
True, true, true. Same,
yeah.
very much. Um, just to get, I guess, formalities out the way before we get into the, like I said, the nitty gritty. How is your radio show with Benny going since the top of this year? Yeah.
Honestly, like I could not have asked for anything better and I couldn't have asked for a better partner.
Mm.
We complement each other really well. And, moving forward, the more we do, the more we grow, the more we get better. And it's just fun, like our job is to like sit down, listen to our favorite music and talk to our favorite artists and, talk to other people in the community and feeling really privileged to do so. So it's great and I never want to stop ever in my life.
For
But
sure.
yeah.
For sure. Well, I was super excited when, you told me about that. And, I tuned in a couple of times. I was like, okay, dope.
Hopefully not too early.
Well, I on the way to my Triple J job, I'm like, I
Mhm.
gotta, you know what? Whilst I'm on the way to
Exactly.
your who we don't talk about, I'll tune into FBI. It's fine.
Mhm, mhm.
Nah, but shout out to y'all. Yeah, it's super, 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 super dope. And your poetry. There was a poetry uh showcase performance a couple weeks.
Yeah. Um, it was the Bankstown Poetry Grand Slam.
Yeah.
And I would take two, like, because explaining it takes a while. So I'll like kind of cut it, right? But the Grand Slam is obviously like the Grand Slam. Over the course of last year, every month there were different poetry slams. The winners from each of those compete in the Grand Slam.
Mhm.
And yeah, I won, I think, April last year.
Yeah.
So got to compete in the Grand Slam and it was amazing.
Dope. Well, hopefully I don't miss the next one because
Hmm.
I felt bad being like, hey, is there any?
Please, it's so fun. It is so fun. There'll be more. There'll be more.
No, for sure, for sure. And yeah, I'll definitely pull up to that next one. All right, formalities out the way. Well, pre-formalities. Let's get into why we're properly here. So like I said, we're getting to the nitty gritty of who you are as a person. Outside of your radio personality and even who you are in your poetry. So my first question to you is, what percentage of yourself do you think your inner circle really knows about you?
That's a good question. My inner honestly, I'd say like a good. I'm gonna go like I'm pretty open with them. My inner circle, I'd say like 85, 90.
Okay.
I'm pretty open. Obviously, there are some things where I'm like me and me only.
Mhm.
But lately I have been like retreating a bit more. I don't know, as I grow older, I'm kind of like I really just want to keep to myself. But I am really open with like the 4 or 5 people that are my besties.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. And I can understand, as you get older, wanting to become more recluse and wanting to save a lot more parts of yourself.
Yeah.
especially, when you're in high school, you're so open with so many people,
Yeah.
and once
Yeah.
you get into like proper adulting, it's like, oh no, I need to reserve these parts
Thank
of,
you.
and
Thank you. I feel like when you're younger, it's kind of just like a fight for popularity. Like you need to know as many people, but when you're older, you're like, I don't care anymore. You have those people, and you're kind of like, I'm going to now take some time
mm,
opening all of myself up.
for sure, for sure. And my follow up to that is, how much of that percentage do you think you've shared in your poetry so far?
Ooh. Oh, good. I love this question. Sorry. Um, oh, maybe like 65, 70.
Mm.
It's kind of the same. When I first started doing poetry in high school, I was 15, you know.
Mhm.
The first poem I like spoke about was probably the most traumatic piece and the most open.
Yeah,
Um, and then growing up, I'm kind of like, that is crazy. You've just spilled your entire guts and beans to the whole public, you know? So I've definitely learned how to pick and choose my words and what stories to tell, but I'm still showcasing um really like I guess certain parts of me because at the end of the day with my poetry, I always want people to relate. And how can you relate if, I'm not sharing?
of course, of
Yeah.
course. As is music as
Yeah.
well. It's a very hand in hand type of thing. But I also totally get what you mean about sharing too much off the rip. I think, oh, this is like digging. This is not even like, yeah, this is digging like way deep in my thing. I think the first song like I ever wrote, it was like on voice memos off like some YouTube beat that I like recorded on my phone. But it was called like "I Hate You," and it was like super like angsty teen, and I'm like,
Oh,
what is going on?
what literally like what are you doing?
Yeah. So, um, but yeah, okay, nah, nice, nice, nice. And I assume, mm, it's interesting because poetry is not something that you just release. It's something you just have on you. So,
Yeah.
like, usually my follow up question, because it's artists who have a whole bunch of music that is in the vault, but
Mm.
it's not like you have poetry in the vault. You just have poetry.
You know
I
what?
guess.
Like in a way it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
Like I have it in the vault, but at the same time, like I don't know, like I don't know, like I don't force myself to write ever. I
Mhm.
write when I want to write, and I will share when I feel is appropriate to share,
Of course.
or when I'm booked for something and I'm like, this is gonna really hit that audience. Like I'm gonna share it there.
No, for sure. For
Mm.
sure. And before we move on, I guess that same question, what percentage of how much of that percentage, the initial percentage, have you shared in your radio personality so far?
Good question as well. I'm gonna steal this. Um,
You better invite me on the show. Man.
no, oh my God. Um, oh. I think it's lower, obviously, than the rest. It'd definitely be, I'd say like a good 50,
Okay.
good 45, 50. Because it's, you're pretty limited on red. Not limited, but like,
Mhm.
we're there for one thing and that's music. Like, I'm not there to make the show about myself, even though like one of the gags is I'm really conceited. But ultimately, the listener and ourselves are there for the music. Like, I'm not going to spotlight myself. But yeah.
Sure. For sure. Yeah, it's an interesting thing, especially in, art forms that isn't music or um I mean, not even music, like lyric based musical art, like I asked MJ about how much of him has he shown in his production.
Mm.
But when it comes to radio, it's like, yeah, obviously, you're servicing the music and the, presenting that, as well as, for you for a morning show, it's the news and, traffic, etc., etc. As but obviously you have talk breaks where you just bullshit about whatever. And
Very much.
um, you know, the thing about radio that I'm slowly learning as I continue to grow in my radio journey is that you're kind of like a character on like a show, and it's character development, and maybe season one, you it might be pretty basic, but as you keep doing more shows and talking about more experiences, I guess that, more of your personality shows and that percentage
Yeah.
is higher.
No, definitely. I honestly, God, definitely. Like, even when prior to like up for it, I did just normal Tuesday mornings.
Mhm.
I had kind of already built a different persona around that show.
Mm,
I have to kind of wipe the slate clean. But
right.
with new listeners, new time slot, like I'm wiping the slate clean. I'm kind of shot like starting again. It's baseline, but at the same time, like I am different. I'm gonna show a different persona of myself now.
For sure.
So yeah, I
No, that
get
makes
it.
sense. No, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, cool. Cool, 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 cool. I was just curious about that part as well because, I feel like no one, again, the general audience doesn't think that, radio can be an art as well that shows
Yeah.
personality in. So,
Yeah. No, people think it's really just, I guess they look at a lot of mainstream radio, like the really bigger radio stations, and see it as kind of like just a shit talking session and to play shitty pop music. But that's I guess why I also love FBI, because we center around the music. Like don't steal the spotlight, you know.
no, for sure. For sure. Dope. All right. Well, hopefully through this main part of this interview, we can get to know a bit more about you. And I've asked Ify to do a little bit of homework. We're gonna take it back to primary school days, do a little bit of show and tell. And if you don't have an item, that's cool. Hopefully, we at least get a dope story to go along with it. So let's get into that. So my first question to you is, what is something that represents who you are as a person?
Oh, now I'm not even gonna waste time. These babies right here, my Sony WXM 5s, not the XM 4s, the XM 5s. Um, I do not go anywhere without these, and these are actually attached to my body at all time. Like there is never a time and place where even like I'm going out clubbing, like I'm
Mm,
gonna have these. I'm sorry, sometimes I want to get away. Um,
for that.
but I think these really represent me perfectly because, I center my life around music a lot.
Mhm.
I love music so much. Music has been a getaway, it's been a release. Same with poetry, but music has really built into something else for me. Um, and yeah, like it's just when I need, solace or like consoling, I'm gonna turn to these.
For
So yeah.
sure. This is every media person's, I guess, well, one of their probably least favorite questions. But what have you been listening to recently?
Oh,
Please.
damn it. Oh, okay. Oh my God. I actually have an answer to this, and it's so like left field from what I would normally listen to.
Mhm.
But on FBI, there's like album of the week,
Yep.
and there's this artist called Marcus Whale, and
Mm.
he's a Sydney artist, and he just released this album called Ecstasy, and I'm like, why is this one of the best pieces of art I've ever heard in my life? It is just trance like music, and even today, like coming home from FBI, I listened to the entire thing back to front again. But I love that. And then I guess going back to like my true roots, Smino. I've been really into Smino lately because yeah, he's coming and I'm trying to like lock in. I'm trying to lock in, but I'm back on my Smino grind. I've been listening to Love Haran back to front. A lot of Sydney artists too. Guano C has really been
Mm.
pumping in my head a lot. Thank you. You can scream, but yeah.
Okay. No, dope. And seeing as you said poetry, like have there been any poetry books recently or poets that you've been digesting recently?
Um, this is kind of funny, but I guess not really any traditional poet in the sense, but what poet is traditional.
Mhm.
Um, I was looking into a lot of Jamila Woods poetry. So Jamila Woods, the musician,
Yeah.
because she writes poetry as well. And I was just looking a lot into that because there aren't a lot of poems I've seen that are written by a multidisciplinary artist.
Mhm.
Kind of want to see if there's any like waivers or differences. But I've been trying to get into a lot of Jamila stuff, and it's really beautiful.
Mm.
And No Name as well. Like them two, I've been really like looking and searching. But yeah.
No, okay. Nice, nice, nice. I'm very much a poet novice myself, so you know, I'm open to all semi.
No, of course. No Name's poetry you'd love.
I bet so. I mean, I
Oh,
love music already, so
mm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And my final question before we move on is to bring it back to the headphones thing. Are you more of a album person or a playlist person?
Oh my God. Okay. This is probably the hardest question for you. And it's so simple. I want to be an album person so bad. That's like I want to. And I've been getting better. I've been getting better, I've been getting better. But to my roots, I'm always gonna love a good playlist that I curated. I love curating a good playlist, but when there's a song I really love, I'm gonna listen to the whole album. I have to. Like with that Marcus Well album, Ecstasy I was talking about, it started with one song and I was like, let me deep dive into this. And I didn't regret it at all. So it's really 50-50, depending on like if I really, I guess, F with the artist and the song.
True, true,
But
true, true, true.
yeah.
I get you. I get you. I'm more partial to albums. I always think that even if it is something that's not, I guess, doesn't have it doesn't seem like an artist that doesn't seem like they have a story. Like
Mm.
I'm still curious how it runs
Yeah, I
at
get that.
the bottom.
I get that.
Um, and then obviously when it is an artist, um, who specifically curated it, it's like, oh yeah, this journey is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But okay. Uh, all right, number two. What is your favorite sentimental gift that you received from someone?
Okay, so this is you're gonna see a running theme here as we continue on, okay? Um and I don't want any judgment, but this Kid Cudi vinyl,
Nice.
and it's of his not new because his newest one. But I love Kid Cudi. I feel like I need to preface. I love Kid Cudi so much. That's why I don't want the judgment. I don't. Anyone here? No, don't judge me. Okay, no one judge me. But they got me my old work friends, who are still my friends. They got me Intergalactic on vinyl, and Intergalactic was Kid Cudi's movie that he
Mhm.
wrote and acted in, and then he had songs for it too. And I love it so much. I was not expecting this at all, and I think that's why it touched my heart so much because all the gifts I've received have been really like they're like good gifts. They're
Mhm.
amazing gifts, but this one because it was so unexpected and because it's like like someone I love so much and someone I hold dearly, and I was gonna just get this for myself, but they did it for me.
Nice. Nice. What do you think of the movie as well?
I love the movie. Oh my God. No, I love it so much. I think it's beautiful and I think it's well written and the art style is gorgeous and it's fun to watch, with a partner. Like it's a really romantic movie and that's what a lot of people say and I'm glad they agree with me. But yeah, it's a great movie. I think Kid Cudi should do more films.
I agree. I
Yeah.
definitely agree. Especially the writing side as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
I do agree that it is a good movie. I do enjoy the movie. It might be a little cliche to some, of a love story,
Yeah.
but no, I enjoyed it, and um, this is something that I obviously love the black love part of it,
The
100%,
Black
and just
Love.
the representation. You
Don't get me started because the main character, or one of the mains, the female lead, she was a girl with, or is a girl with black locks, a septum piercing, big lips. I was like, that's me. That is me. That is me. Felt really good. So yeah.
No, for sure, for sure. But I love that. And what's your favorite song from that album?
Oh, there's a lot. I love In Love.
Mm,
I love Can't Believe It.
hmm.
Oh my God. There's one with Ty Dolla Sign, and it's like,
It was one of the singles.
let me look. Um, Willing to Trust. Oh, yeah.
Love that song.
That song is beautiful. Yeah, so good.
No, for sure, for sure. Well, shout out to them. Shout out to
Them.
no, for sure, for sure. All right. I guess nice segue. What is the first to number three? What is the first album that you ever bought?
Oh, get ready. Kid Cudi.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a bit of an obsession there. No, but this amazing album. I'm sorry, amazing album. So it's Man on the Moon, number one by Kid Cudi. Came out like 2008. Yeah. Um, and it has like the classics like Day and Night, you know. That's what people know. Deep dive more into his old stuff. But yeah, I bought this very long time ago and I bought a record player too. Like same go. And then I remember like putting it on repeat. I just let it go. I was like, whatever, well, this is amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. First ever proper album I bought. It wasn't digital.
No, for sure. Um, do you remember the moment that triggered you wanting to be like, nah, I got to get this? Were you like in the store, or you were just walking by, or were you just sitting at home, or yeah, yeah.
I was like, no, it was online.
Oh, okay.
That's what's crazy. I was on Depop of all places, right?
Oh,
Um, and you know, Depop is like normally like a clothes thing. So I was scrolling and then I see, oh, Kid Cudi.
yeah.
You know, I was like, you're kidding me right now. Like, I say no. Didn't have a record player, so then I had to go and buy an audio technician record player. Same go.
No,
I was devoted to the cause.
no, for sure, for sure. Hey, it is what it is what it is. You can't just have it as a collectible. You in that. No, for sure. Have you made any more let me wait, how do I word this? Have you made any more efforts to build that collection a bit more?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Obviously, you got the intergalactic one.
Yes.
So duh. But
Wait, in terms of Kid Cudi?
no, in terms of just your
Oh
record
my,
collection.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like the vinyls I have now, I have a few, but they are like I don't know, I feel like really judged when I say this, but they're just like kind of like newer albums. Because you know, when you say you have a vinyl collection, everyone's like, oh yeah, what old head albums do you have? I'm like, no, I don't have any of them. No. Um, but yeah, I've got a few Tyler, got No Name, I've got I love No Name. I've got a bunch of Aussie bands too, because I had a phase. And then Tame Impala, Patronata, like I've got a few.
Okay. Yeah, dope. Dope.
Yeah.
And would you consider that album your favorite album of all time? Or
Oh, good question. I feel like old me would have said yes,
Mhm.
but today probably not. I couldn't I'd have to like look through my Spotify and be like, this is it, but I couldn't tell you right now what my favorite album is.
Mm,
Yeah, but I don't think it's this anymore.
true. True, true, true. What's your favorite album of all time right now?
Um, back
Space.
in my summer phase, Love for Brand. Like I cannot stop listening to it. Like on my off, like when I'm not like thinking about the music I listen to, like I automatically have gone to that. Specifically, no, what's the song called? Anyways, oh, of course I blanked now. But it's a song, I think it's like Third Last with Raven Lene and someone Henry, something Henry. But
Yeah, yeah.
amazing song.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing song.
True. True. Now it's a great song, great album as well. I think I literally just used 90 Proof as a mixing reference.
Mm-hmm.
My next song.
I
Uh,
think it's so
so
good.
um, yeah, yeah. Okay, dope, dope. Got that Kid Cudi theme continuing. All right. Number four. What is a moment from one of your favorite interviews?
Now, this is like, it's like, okay, I've kind of cheated and it's like two moments,
Mm-hmm.
but you'll see why they play together. So a while back, me and Benny interviewed Guano C for
Mm-hmm.
Independent Artist of the Week. And oh my God, he couldn't shut up about MJ Soul. I've never even met MJ Soul. I feel like I know so much about this boy. Yappa 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 MJ Soul. Okay. And I loved that. I was like, this is really adorable. Then I believe last week, me and Benny interviewed Taco, shout out Taco,
Okay.
um, on his new album, Laughing Through Tears. Also a great album, up there. Really great album.
It's my
Um,
favorite album of the year so far,
yeah,
as of this moment.
honestly, I think I have to agree. It's beautiful. I could go on a tangent. But we interviewed Taco, and all of a sudden, MJ Soul was brought up. Like when you bring up MJ Soul, there is something about these boys that they like. It's like brainwashed. I
Yeah.
don't know. MJ Soul has done to them. But the airtime he's gotten from this, amazing. But I think those are my two favorite moments, purely because it just shows me like in the Sydney creative scene, there's a lot of camaraderie. Like when someone is getting their flowers, they are always sure to, I guess, go back to the people that helped them. And I love that so much. You can tell like MJ Soul has produced a lot of this stuff, and they're just very close, with them. Um, so yeah, like I love that. I love both of those parts. Very cute, and it also shows that like a lot of the Sydney creative scene is like really tight knit, but not in a bad way. Some in a bad way, but but most of the artists are like pretty open to like sharing and helping and pushing each other up. Yeah, but I will
Sure.
say if you're new to the scene, you're not gonna.
True.
It's hard. It's hard, but yeah,
No, true. And I think not to push back too much because there is a a lot of clickiness
yeah,
from my perspective of also being an artist within the scene as well as tiptoeing the media part as well. But the thing I love about that specific crew is that it's like nah, they all ride for each other. It's similar to like the Full Circle crew, like
yeah,
always showing up to each other's gigs and
yeah.
performing alongside each other and supporting each other way. But in that same breath, you got people. I don't know who, but I'm sure there's crews who, on surface it looks like they're cool, but behind the scene they're probably like talking shit
Like,
about each other and
yeah,
stuff like
no,
that.
of course,
But no, like the fact that Guano and Taco like respectively is like nah, shout out to MJ and like
yeah,
I'm sure if you turned around and you talked to Legacy or
yeah.
whoever else, Gian,
Mm.
like they'd be like, yo, no, MJ is
And just go, like, yeah.
and the fact that he's still so early within the scene, like he's a child.
I when I found out his age, I was like, excuse me? Like, what do you even mean? But yeah, like so talented for such a young age, like really talented.
For sure. And
Yeah.
yeah, no, shout out to MJ and how humble he stayed within this as well. He's like, I genuinely don't know how everyone's liking me and like putting me to all these amazing producers. Like, I don't get it. And it's like, oh, you cutie, you stop it.
No, you cutie, you. Oh, no, it's so deserved. I love his work. All his everything he's produced has been really good.
Mm,
But yeah, I want to actually take it back to wow. I feel like I'm the one interviewing. I actually want to take it back to what you were saying about the clickiness,
mm,
and I 100% agree.
yeah.
Um, like the Sydney creative scene is like really nice when it's nice, but I was talking to Deborah, interviewing her, um,
Shout out to
and
Bora.
she brought that up too. And
Mm,
she's like, like at the start it was so hard for her,
yeah.
and I'm like, name and shame.
Yeah.
Like I felt it's shitty, like but yeah,
No, for sure. For sure. And that's why when you find someone who's actually genuine, that you stick by them and you like always shout them out and
yeah,
I'm sure the Guanos and the Tacos and anyone who's in that clique are like nah, shout out to MJ because he's a real one and
yeah,
anytime we need him he'll show up. So yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. Um yeah, shout out MJ.
Shout out MJ Soul.
MJ. Gotta get him on your show.
No, I'm gonna do it. Like, stay tuned. I will get it done.
Done. Done. And number 5. What is something that represents your dreams and aspirations within your field?
We're taking it back.
Yes. There we go. The headphones.
The headphones. Obviously, it's weird. Like, a while back, if you would have asked me what are my dreams and my aspirations, I would have solely been like, I would have said radio, but not to this degree. Like, it has actually swallowed so much of my life.
Oh,
It would have been like poetry. Like, I would have picked up a notebook or my journal or something.
yeah,
But now I'm comfortably saying these
yeah,
because, music, headphones make sense. But yeah, I want to definitely continue the media that I'm in. And like I love radio. I've actually had the biggest passion for it for like 2, 3 years now. And it's even funny, like I changed my entire degree to radio, and then getting into FBI, they're like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, "Oh, didn't know."
Necessary.
I'm like, "Okay, I didn't know." But yeah, like I have truly loved radio for as long as I can remember now, and I want to continue for like the rest of my life. Like, there's nothing else I can see myself doing apart from poetry. Like, I'd still definitely continue poetry. I want to write a book, like I want to release books and like do that on the side, but radio is like and like music, it's just like my thing. Like I love it.
For sure. For sure. Do you have an ultimate goal within radio? Yeah.
I don't okay, it's crazy because no. I feel like before getting up for it, I was really like, I just want a good show. Like, I want to be on a good show. I was doing, once a week, Tuesday mornings at FBI still.
Mhm.
But I would kind of say to myself, like, I want something bigger and better. Now, getting on like up for it and like hosting that, I actually would be so comfortable as if I was here for like ever.
Yeah.
And it sounds crazy, but it's amazing. Like it is such a good place. Um, yeah, like I couldn't. I mean, if the opportunity comes, like, and when the time comes, like, to move on, like, if I'm forced to, like, I will.
Yeah.
But I love the position that I'm in now.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And I know that me and you have had conversations prior about when you were coming into it, who you looked up to and stuff
Mm.
like that. But like I I I totally understand that, and
Yeah.
even speaking from a quote unquote enemy station, not
Yeah.
but I love FBI and the community and everything that it stands for, and like I think you know they would be they're honored to have you as like a host, and forever how long they have you as a host, or co-host, should I say.
Yeah. Sometimes
um
I forget.
True. But yeah, because it's just such a great place to be, and you know the energy that you bring to it is great, and it's just you don't need to go from there. So
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
Right. I feel so at home. Like I feel so at home. It's just become like second nature to like wanting to be at FBI and like even just like adopting mannerisms of the people there. Like it's so crazy.
Nah, for sure, for sure. It's like a couple that started dating like super young, and then they still got married, and it's like, but you had your whole 20s. It's like, I don't
Yeah,
care. I found my person.
exactly.
But okay, fire. Well, I'm super excited to follow your journey, continue to follow your journey, and again, shout out to FBI.
Shout out FBI. Also excited to follow your journey. Mr. Rue?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not
no.
about me right now. This is about you. Oh, I can gloat off camera.
Oh, man.
No, I'm joking. But yeah, no, okay. We got one more question left, but before we get into that, it's time to play a game because I like to play games. So, um, this is gonna be interesting because usually I ask this one to artists, but seeing as you're in radio and you're around so much music, I'm still curious to see what you come up with. So, what you're gonna do is you're gonna build your ultimate collab track,
Okay,
and obviously obviously you're not an artist like a traditional artist, but you get to executive produce the track.
I love it.
So you get to choose four artists, one producer, and one videographer to shoot the music video for it.
Oh,
And they are
okay.
all local artists.
Okay, okay. I can do this. I love this. Okay, Devora. That is my number one.
Hmm.
There's no song where I would not want to hear Devora rap.
Hmm.
Number one. I think then I'd get Guano. I have been really obsessed with Guano C's sound. Especially like with his debut, You Can Scream. It's so like punky and grungy.
Yeah.
I think I'd definitely want to have,
Mm.
a piece of art.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. This is so crazy. Then I would go with I need like a soft, sweet. I think like Yasmina Siddiqui
Hmm.
because I need that kind of like soulful R&B kind of voice.
Mm.
And then I want to kind of match that with a male voice. And I'd say, oh my God, who would I? Taco. Oh my God, I'd get him to sing. No rapping from him, unfortunately, but I'd get him to sing.
Everyone's wanting Taco to sing.
Yeah,
Not rapping. I
no
want
rapping.
Taco
He can
R&B
sing.
album next.
It out, please. In terms of videographers, I don't know many, but I know like there's one so Legacy, he just released a music video, and I think both of his two latest ones, I don't know if they're the same videographer, but
It's Katashi Films. It's Aztec Flow. Shout out to Aztec, my homie.
I'd
Yep.
have to get Aztec.
Yep.
Okay. And then was there anything else?
Producer who's producing the track.
Oh, MJ Soul.
MJ.
Oh my God, come on.
Ah, for sure.
Come on. Yeah.
Okay, dope.
Yeah, that'd be my team.
What would be the music video? What would be happening in this music video?
Oh my God, I actually have no clue. I think like I'd want, oh my God, I have no clue.
Directing this music video, and yeah, what do you want to see?
Okay, I think I'd need something like kind of gross, like all of them sitting in a house,
Mhm.
like, okay, oh my God, how do I even explain this? Like they're all just like kind of sitting on a couch
Yep.
and maybe like as one of them goes on to like sing or rap, they have like a plate of food they're eating from, then they pass to the next person.
Ah.
And, you know what I mean? Like I that's what I kind of see. That's what I kind of see. Like it's kind of really gross, but like it's filmed, no stops.
Yep.
Um, I don't know, kind of like set on. Yeah, I don't know what the scene would be. Like I don't know. That's kind of all I get in my head so far right now.
Yeah.
Or something like left field, really cinematic, like Little Sims Gorilla. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm curious to see if that ever happens.
No, I'll make it. I got my ways. I'll make it happen.
Bet. Bet. I'll be tuned. I'll stay tuned. Um, and my final question before we get out of here. What is a personal moment that stands out to you that has impacted your, let's say you can choose either your poetry or your radio life in a certain way?
um, I probably have to go poetry because that has like there's a lot of moments that have shaped, you know,
Mm.
who I am now. And I'd probably say honest, like, oh, there's a lot of moments. There are a lot of moments, but it'd probably be early on, like sharing a really like as I said, like I shared a lot in
Yeah.
my early poems, but sharing like a really deep poem. I'm being really open and the feedback being nothing but love, Because like you're so scared to stand on a stage, complete silence, spotlight on you, and then just spill your guts and spill your heart and your soul. And I remember doing that for one of the first times, and the crowd like coming up to me, or like, people coming up to me after and going, like, that was the most beautiful thing I've heard. And like, you're so brave and blah blah blah. You're so brave, shut up. But like, stuff like that. And a moment like that or having moments like that would have made me go, I'm going to continue this.
Mhm.
And poetry actually made me realize I want to be on the radio, like, funnily enough,
All right.
because I love to yap. I realized I love talking and I love music. So I'm going to just find something that combines the two.
Mhm.
But yeah, without poetry, like, I wouldn't be where I am now. 100%.
No, 100%. And yeah, there's such a pure um art to poetry because, like, I mean, people do understand how difficult public speaking is, but like I think I heard something about, people fear public speaking more than death. Like,
Yeah.
and like you said, at least, as an artist, you have the instrumental to back you. So if you stop or you freeze, there's still something
Yeah,
playing.
there's some of
But
that.
if you freeze in poetry, it's just silence.
Yeah. I know it's silence. Oh my God.
No, the fact that you, were able to deliver that and have so much love from it is probably such a reassurance to be like, I can do this. I got this. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And and you know, also to catapult that into, you know, radio, which like you said, has turned into
Yeah, no,
which is, you know, it's a whole domino effect.
no, it really is, and I wouldn't have expected it, but it truly did take me to go. I love to talk. Like I really just love to talk. And my other love, my second love is music. So I'm gonna need to find a way to combine these two together.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think that's a perfect place to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Um,
you for me.
of course. Here's where I, you know, let the people know what is going on, what is coming up, etc., etc. Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. I've never been able to do this. Wow. Let's get down. I don't think I actually have anything coming up, but every weekdays I have my show with Benny up for it on FBI Radio 94.5. In terms of that, interviews will be coming. There are some fun interviews, so stick around and stay tuned. Because you'd be surprised who we've kind of just got. So
Not
stick
for
around.
sure.
Yeah.
Well, once again, thank you so much for coming on. I am Brew, aka the Culture Black Kid. Iffy.
I
You're
mean,
listening to Brew's Room. Peace.